If I had to sum up Rice on the Road in one word, it would be humbling.
Motivational.
Hope-filled.
Illuminating.
Inspiring.
I would say enlightening.
Uplifting.
Historical.
Inspiring.
Dialogue.
Collaboration. Rice on the Road is the name that we've given to the Monsignor Charles Owen Rice lecture series, and we called it Rice on the Road because we decided to take an approach to the lecture series that involved going out into communities where Duquesne faculty members have established some really wonderful and long-standing partnerships.
For me, Rice on the Road is a fabulous platform to bring greater awareness to issues of injustice that are quite important and present within our local communities, and to do so in a way that is uniquely Spiritan and has a very clear sensibility around community engaged scholarship. In other words, we understand that by building our own awareness and our knowledge base around these issues, we then are obligated to act, and to act in partnership.
My name is Dennis Eugene Hatton, by BFA from Carnegie Mellon in graphic design, and I am passionate about the city.
There's a larger discussion and larger set of issues at stake around these communities that we consider to be distressed by virtue of some census data that we are aware of, single-parent households, property values, crime and mother poverty indices that speak to a place like Hazelwood of looking at some relatively recent data. But that should not be a reason for us not to invest in this place.
I think locally we know the importance of August Wilson, but sometimes I'm surprised when I talk to people in Pittsburgh, they don't know who Wilson was. So I think they're doing a good job of getting the word out there and making sure people know about this resource. And that's part of the challenge in writing the National Register nomination, is that it's not a history of the house. It's a carefully crafted argument about why this particular physical resource is the one that we should honor, that represents Wilson's contributions.
And as an activist, sometimes doing the work that we do seems like it's endless, because some of this trauma and damage that has been done to our communities before our time, and generations of things that have to be undone.
We are inundated day in and day out by broken-hearted people who are suffering from the trauma that they have experienced. We have this room, the upper room, above, one of the rooms above on the second floor, where we have a lot of these encounters. You know, I say it is a room that has been baptized time and time again by the tears of the brokenhearted.
I think this lecture series has been about relationships, because authentic, transformative, effective work for justice is centered on the importance of relationships.
I would say the items that I took away from it are that having those difficult conversations about race, about trauma, and getting the stories behind these things, because a lot of times it's buzzwords that we hear. And so actually realizing that there's a story, and that these are people's lives that are involved in these things, and understanding that opened my eyes, it opens the thought processes, and then as soon as we start to talk about that, we're able to figure out how to fix that problem together.
While we are not personally connected, the people that live here are, and it's important that we give them a voice, just like August Wilson gave them a voice 50 years ago.
I grew up in Pittsburgh, but I really didn't know much about the Hill District at all. And so it was very good to see on the little bus tour the developments that are being done. I also took away from that at the actual meeting with the women who are part of Ujima, the amazing power of them coming together and pooling their resources to help one another and to empower themselves and to build on what they have.
I think we are superbly privileged by the people who are working with us in communities to have the diverse array of expertise and on-the-ground experience and know-how to help us educate the Duquesne community is just a tremendous opportunity. One of the questions that's been asked of me at one point along this way was, so is it the intent of this series to sort of organize and hold community meetings? My answer is no. The intent of this is to educate us as a community so that we can then take action alongside of people. Boy, do we have the right mix of people at the table to help us do that. And wow, it's a privilege to be able to work in this way.